So for number 11, my first one is it's an isosceles trapezoid, which means that these two sides here are equal. Remember, isosceles means two equal sides, like an isosceles triangle has two equal sides. An isosceles trapezoid has two equal sides as well. So anyway, how many lines? What they want is how many lines of symmetry. They're not asking us about angles on this one, just lines. Does it have any lines of symmetry? This one right down the middle, huh? That line cuts it perfectly in half. So it's got one, that's the only one. One line of symmetry. One line of symmetry. Now, let me go see some of the other options that you might have here. If I go to our homework here and take a look with you. So you're seeing my screen. And I'll go to the homework system. And where are we at? Unit 1 lecture homework 3. There we are. One question 11. All right. Oh, I got the same one. So what if I ask for a new one? Oh, is it? Oh, no, there's a new one. Okay. Yeah, so how about that rectangle? You guys are seeing the rectangle. How many lines of symmetry for that rectangle?
Is it 4?
I think it's just 2. Yeah, because you can't do the diagonals.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, just 2. Just the one straight down the middle and straight sideways through the middle. For the square, it's 4 because for the square you can have down. But if we did the diagonal here, it doesn't really cut it exactly in half. Now that might be confusing. Let me go back and show that for a minute. That's actually a really good question. Let's switch back. Let me show why that's the case. Let me go back to my iPad here. There it is. Okay. Yeah, because you might say, Mr. Turner, it cuts it right in half, right? The diagonal and rectangle. Here we go. Yeah, see back here with the rectangle, we only had 2 lines, but I didn't really explain why at that time. Well, because you might think, well, you said cut it in half, and this diagonal line right there, that cuts it in half perfectly. Those are the same. Well, yeah, so there's more. So I really shouldn't use that phrase, cut in half. That's not really the right. I'm trying to make it simple, and I overly simplified it is what I did. In an effort to teach it and make it simple for you, I overly simplified it. It really means it's got to be the same on those two. Remember, symmetry means same. So it's got to be the same on those two sides of the line. Meaning, see, like for a square, the diagonal, this part could fold onto that part. So really, it's a fold line. That's the best way. Think about it if you folded it. If this right here on a square, this line, if it's spelled fold wrong. It's a fold line, meaning if you fold up a flag, how they fold the national flag, or like a piece of linen, what's it called, the sheets. You tell my wife takes care of this in my home. I don't even know the word. The sheets on the bed. Yeah, it's a fold line. If you're folding the sheets, it would fit. This part would fit perfectly onto this part. But not so for a rectangle. Not if you folded right here. This part up here would not fit right under that part right there. Right? It wouldn't work. It would hang down here, wouldn't it? Right? You see that? See how it wouldn't fold right unto itself? So really, that's the better word I should be using. Fold line. A line of symmetry is a fold line. Like you're folding a flag or sheets, bed sheets. Right? Will it fit right unto itself? No, not the diagonal of a rectangle. It won't work. It will not fit right unto itself. It will not fold. It will not fold right unto itself. You can see it would kind of fold like that, sort of. Here, let me do a better job. Can you kind of see it would fold like that? Yeah, that's what it would do, right? It would fold like that. If you fold it across the diagonal line, it would not fold flat onto this. It would not fold right under this red part here, would it? It wouldn't work. So it's not a fold line. So good question. So that is a good one. So yeah, so lines of symmetry are really fold lines. Lines like you're folding the flag or something where it would fit right unto itself, or folding a bed sheet so it would fit right unto itself. So let's look at a couple more of those then. Let me go back here real quick. So if I go back, let me ask for a new one. Okay, how about that one? That's a parallelogram. That's going to be no lines of symmetry, right? There's no fold lines. There's no line, because again, you could say, well, cut it in half, Mr. and just go diagonal right down there. Yeah, how about that? You might say, well, won't that work? Let me show that. Let me show that one as well. It takes me a minute to switch back and forth here between the laptop and the iPad. It's got to wirelessly connect to my iPad. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so why is the parallelogram got none? Because yeah, I've been using a bad word. It's a bad word. I've been using an unhelpful word, a word that I should be saying fold line instead of cut in half. Because if you're just saying cut in half, well, you think, well, this, just go right there. Look at the parallelogram, right? Just go right there. That cuts it in half. That's exactly half. That is. Yeah. So I'm using a bad word. I'm using the wrong word. I shouldn't say, or you might say, well, right here. That cuts it in half. That's exactly in half. Yeah. But that's not a fold line in half, is it? It's not. So it's a fold line, like you're folding bed sheets and you want it to fit right unto itself. I have helped my wife fold bed sheets, and we fit them, when you fold them up, you fit them right into themselves when you put them away. So that would not work if we tried that, right? Can you pick? I'm trying to draw it. I don't know if I can draw it so well. Let me see where it would kind of fit. Let me see, where would it fit? Well, that's not the best, is it? Like that? Yeah, that's it. See, if I folded across that black line, that's where it would go. Yeah, that's where it would go. That's not fitting onto the other part. So the black line is not a fold line. That's what a line of symmetry really is a fold line. So this is not, trying to do this. It looks a little darky. So there we go. So that's not a fold line, is it? And so that's really what a line of symmetry is a fold line. And again, you might say, well, how about right here? Just go like that. It's not a fold line. No, that's not going to work. Why not? Well, let me try to draw where would that go? That almost looks better to me, but it's not. It's not right. I don't know how to see it. So no lines of symmetry. That one is not gonna fit unto itself. If you folded it, yeah, it's funny. It kind of looks decent to me actually. What's oh, I see. I'm getting confused. Yeah, because if you did that, it would have to fold. Yeah, I can see it a little bit better now. It would have to fold. It would go up like this. I just don't know if I can draw it too well. That's terrible. It would fold up like that, kind of. How do you know? Well, because it's got to fold. If you're folding across this fold line, it's got to go at 90 degrees to that. It's got to go straight across that line, doesn't it? Straight across that line. So it would fold like that. Now you might think, well, we'll fix that. Just make that line go straight. Make that line go straight down like this. Then you can see it's not going to work at all, because it's going to go like this. Right? So that's not going to fit. You can't do a line straight down. it's obviously going to do that. It's not going to fit. And then you say, well, okay, go back to that diagonal line thing. Do that. Well, if you do that, then when you fold straight across that line, it's not. You might think, well, it's going to lay down right here. It will not. That's not true. That's what it'll do for a line straight up. Then this piece would come straight over. But if you don't have a line straight up that you're folding across this, then you're going, a fold line means 90 degrees. So it'd have to go 90 degrees to that, you see. I'm still not drawing that very well. It would go 90 here and then like that. That's not going to fit. So yeah, so parallelogram has no other lines of symmetry like that. No fold lines on which it comes back into itself. So I'm going to go back to that one. And so getting back to that main question. So for the parallelogram, I had the trapezoid, only one line of symmetry.